What's up? What's up? What's good? Hello. Y'all already know what time it is. It's time for that Roth Talk Podcast. So, man, salute to everybody who tunes in each and every week. Thank y'all for pulling up. Got another dope player on this show today, man. Shout out to my previous guest. Shout out to, what's up, my guy, Yo. Shout out to Bob Sumner. Shout out to Bot. Shout out to, man, I got some dope people that already been on the podcast, so salute to y'all. I got some more dope guests coming all this week. So this person this week, my guy Paul Porter, Mr. BET. If you know anything about BET in the early 90s, this man was the voice of BET. He's an author. He's a program director. I mean, he's done so many voiceover. So I cannot wait for my guy Paul to pull up in here. Matter of fact, I'm waiting for him to pull up in here now. We're going to have a dope time talking. He got a book, man, The Blackout. So, man, y'all make sure y'all tap in with my guy. I'm pinging him in here now. Let me see if he can get up in here. But yeah, man, salute to everybody tuning in. This is the Roth Talk Podcast where we talk that talk. We going to talk that talk every time we pull up in here, man. We got so many dope more guests coming this week. I'm going to give y'all a little hint about who's going to be there tomorrow. Tomorrow I got another dope interview I'm going to post after this one. We got the amazing vocalist. I'm going to tell y'all, her first initial start with a T and the second initial start with a K. That's all I'm going to tell you. Amazing singer. I cannot wait to have her on the podcast tomorrow. So make sure y'all tune in same time, same place tomorrow, the Roth Talk Podcast. I know Paul was trying to sign in online on his computer, so hopefully he get that straight. But in the meantime, I just want to tell y'all, man, salute to everybody who checks in with us on the house, on the Clubhouse, the Music Network and No Egos Club. Salute to y'all. Shout to Bot. Shout to Auntie Jackie. They're going to be pulling up as well. And, man, like, I couldn't have done this without them. There go my guy Paul in here. Paul, go ahead, hit that request button, my guy, and join in. And we're going to get this thing cranked up. Let's see. There we go. Yes, sir. Hold on. Let me see. Hit request to join, Paul. Let me see if I can add you on there. There we go. All right, we about to get this thing cranked up this evening, I should say. I always say morning, but this evening, I got my guy coming into the building. Hopefully he come up here, get that invite, Paul. There we go. Try it right now. I just resent it. Don't see one. All right. Nope, nothing. All right. Probably got to sign back out, my guy. So I sent you an invite to join the live. So I'm not sure. Oh, it says unable to join. Let's try this again. All right. We're having a little technical, but we're going to get my guy in here. All right. Paul, you doing it on your computer or are you doing it on your phone? But anyway, man, shout out to everybody in the room right now. We got a couple people already in the room chilling. Salute to y'all signing in. All right, I got my guy invited. Hopefully Paul can jump in. Okay, iPad. Okay, bet. All right, he gonna get his iPad together now. So, man, again, man. It said you must upgrade app. Okay. Yeah, it said you must upgrade your app to join. So, a little bit, man. Well, while we waiting on our special guest to pull up here, man, I just want to read a few things about the gentleman that we got coming on the show tonight. Mr. Paul Porter has been a force in radio, music, and television for 4 decades. He has been the voice that has resonated on the airwaves for many of the top radio stations across the nation. He spent 10 years as BET program director, consultant, and on-air talent. Paul's expertise in activism established him as a leader throughout the radio music industry. There you go. There we go. So that's just a little bit we're going to be talking about. My guy, the legend himself, up in the Roth Talk Podcast, Mr. Paul Porter.
Man, I had to go to my phone, bro.
It said you needed to upgrade your app.
Oh, yeah, this is some new shit. Hold on a second, man. I ain't update on my shit, but I'm here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate you, my guy.
All right, man. I got to hold the phone like an old man and shit. But, all right, I'm good.
All right, get comfortable. I want to get comfortable.
Hold on. I'm going to get this thing right here.
There we go.
Put it in the holder.
There we go. We're going to get it right. Get it right.
So I'm not. Let's see. We're going to get.
There we go.
We're going to get something semi-normal up in here.
Salute to everybody tuning in. Salute to tuning in.
Okay. I guess so. I just see shit over my face. You know, I'm getting old. Birthday.
Yes, sir. Happy birthday, my guy. Happy belated there, my guy.
All right, let me see. I'm all locked in here. All right.
All right. You ready to go now, my guy?
Yeah, let's talk.
That's what we're here for, man. So once again, hello, everybody. Welcome to the Roth Talk Podcast, where we going to talk that talk. Today, I have a special guest, one of my guys, one of my, Clubhouse buddies. We met on Clubhouse. We took it off of Clubhouse. And I just want to let you know, Paul, I thank you again, my guy, for taking your time out. You do so many amazing things. So I got to give you the salute alert, the Roth salute alert for you, my guy.
Boom.
Boom. Now, we got to get right into it. So just for those people who've been living under a rock and who haven't had a TV or anything, please just give us a brief breakdown of who Mr. Paul Porter is and hello.
Well, the funny thing is, I've been at this, the first time I got involved with learning about a record company or artist, I was 11. And I'm 64 years old now. So that person was Nina Simone back in the day. And seeing her husband, Andy Stroud, take me up when I was young to see the main ingredient when he was running RCA Records. And he owned his masters. But that shit was the early 70s. So I keep thinking about all the things I've seen. I started in college radio in DC, BET, AOL, voiceovers, back to radio, back to owner, and seeing the transgression, but it always comes back to we don't own shit. It always comes back to money. That's power. Why do uncreative people do better than creative people? They put the work and the money. I did voiceover work for a long time. In the 90s, I was the voice of BET and all the shows and Video Vibes, Video Soul, the network, AT&T, different stuff. I did the NBA, the All-Star games, and I got out of it. And for some reason, one thing came across that started something else, and I'm back in it. But I knew I was smart enough to say, take classes. With this guy, Donovan Cornice, young brother. He's younger than me. He's 40-something, but he does the Today Show, BET. But I paid to go take classes because I know how important it is to invest in yourself and put yourself in situations with people that are doing different shit than you, that can open some doors and know what it's like in that room now. You know, we always get a lot of people with history and, yo, I'm an old motherfucker, but I try to stay relevant.
Right.
Walking and getting out because everybody's important. And once you lose that shit and your ego gets like, that nigga's broke. You know, I seen it though, man.
Yeah.
Look, we lost Ruben Rodriguez. Ruben was the quintessential record promoter from the 70s up until the day he died. And he broke all the Parliament, Cameo, Donna Summer, Diggable Planets, all these big records on this label. And he passed suddenly. And I met him the first day I was an intern in 1979. Ruben Rodriguez, Sylvia Rohn, and Sharon Haywood. Sylvia's president of Epic. So it's also being in the right spaces at the right time. And we don't spend enough time in the right spaces. We spend a lot of time
in the wrong spaces. Hello.
Yeah, but it's real easy to be wrong or to be by the book. And that's why I wrote my book. I saw all these books about the music industry, and all that shit is so much fluff. It started getting me mad. Like, no, okay, you had this Cinderella story, bro. But that ain't 99 out of 100.
Hello.
And plus, you're not even telling what the real secret is. And the secret is putting yourself in situations where you can get at money to do things with money.
Yes, sir.
And of course, one thing happens by chance every blue moon, but that shit ain't often. I've been counting all the wins and losses for 40 years. I'm a fucking student, bro. I study this shit. I study the trends and what's next and who's taking chances. And we're so busy at studying other people, we're not creating ourselves outside of these boxes. And there's so many chances to do that. But I don't think, you know, we don't talk enough either, you know.
Right.
And that's why I love what you do, man. You always talking, picking, and that's it. Chew the meat, spin out the bones.
Right.
Because if you ain't at the table, you're going to be on the menu.
You're going to be on the menu. And I'm glad, Paul, that's a great stopping point right now because, man, you done dropped about 10 gems and we just been on for about 5 minutes. So, man, I want to tell you, man, you just blew me away really quick when you talk about we don't own anything. And that right there, like you said, for years and years and years and years of going through this cycle, I call them life cycles because it just keeps going over and over and over again. And for you, I do want to take it back to what got you into radio and everything you got to. So I want to just backtrack. And then I definitely want to go talk about this Blackout book because, you know, I got my copy. So shout out to Auntie Jackie for getting me my copy of the Blackout. I got the link right there, blackoutthebook.com. Shout out to Chris Porter in the building too. So listen, let's take it back real quick, Paul. You know, you said you started at 11 years old. You got exposed to the music industry. Let's talk about what happened when you got to high school. What was high school like for you? And then, you know, let's just go from there.
Well, like I said, I was lucky enough. I grew up in Jamaica, Queens, and two of the neighbors, Mr. Stroud, married Nina Simone and left Mrs. Stroud, and my two boys would come pick us up on the weekends. At certain times, I get to go out with them. And another guy, Bill Staten, who was running Atlantic and CTI Records. So by the time I played basketball in high school, nice, point guard, Christ.
Hello.
My coach in the Hall of Fame, Jim Calhoun. I dunk at 64 on two-step, boom. But anyway,
hello.
College, and the college radio was it, you know. And I volunteered and started doing parties, got those turntables. And back then, that's how I ate, doing parties, me and my buddy. Harold Dawson, Paul Porter, and you, we called it Happy. It was always a happy party. And we would pack 700 people in for $3, $4, or sometimes $2. Yo, 1978, you balling. You had I with the finest sisters buying $90 in food, which was big back then.
Yes, sir.
You know, but it was the music, though, man. The music was so powerful. Like, I learned so many things through song. And you know, because songs were more like anthems. It's almost like I was explaining to my boy how heavyweight fights used to be really, that was like as big as the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
Ali, Joe Frazier, you know, just all those fights at the Garden, you had to be there if you were a star. And then the weight classes got smaller, and boxing's still big. But that's how music was bigger in the 70s and 80s. And in the 90s, it was big, but it's sort of, you know, hip hop only gave one phase. There were so many live performances in the 70s and 80s. You just grew another love. And then by the time hip hop hit, I didn't think it was going to take over everything. But that's the powers that be. Like, if you can't tell me you don't know somebody in your church that sings better than Tiger or Jeremiah, or a lot of people, like, we've been watered down. Like, there's certain people that think they like, what's his name? The kid from Trey Songz.
Trey Songz.
Trey Songz sings like Billy Goat. I mean, I love him. I know he's doing well.
Nice.
He would be Luther Vandross's backup in the night. But
he wouldn't even be on stage with Luther. He wouldn't even be on stage.
And, you know, like how Jodeci, when in the 90s, 5 out of 10 ballads would be in the top 10.
That's true.
You know, it's a whole different feel now. And it's not that I'm just giving perspective. Like, see how the game and how they took shit away and it never came back. Like, people don't understand that. That's because when the decisions are made, like New York just got a new hip hop station by Odyssey. They used to be Intercom. And they got hire some of the right people, but it was an idea that was made by some people that weren't rocking the oldies and they were oldies.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And they might pass the baton, but they don't ever give it all away.
Yes, sir. Hello.
And that's why some of the people, and I talk about the people that are in the positions that are fucking dancing. Like it's almost bad mark if you're some of the guys that's left.
Right.
If you've been in this business 20 years and you still at a major label, you are practically shining shoes and shit. Even though you might be a VP or something, like, get the fuck out of here.
Right.
Like, he done shit.
Yeah.
And when I mentioned Ruben Rodriguez, yo, you can't imagine how much money and jobs he created at Columbia. Like, his legacy is people. Like, we sort of get that shit confused with cars and, oh, did you see what fucking 21 Savage got so-and-so a truck and the nigga spent 300.
Right.
Like, that's even crazy. Like, I remember my boy who used to play for the Pacers. Damn, I can't think of his name, from New York, but he gave his boys a car wash and said, y'all run this motherfucker, y'all gonna get paid for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
You know, I can give y'all each $100,000 and y'all gonna do some bullshit, but
y'all gonna blow it.
So, you know, and that's where I see we're getting better, but it's not talked enough of. Not at all, you know. We're so wanting that shit now, and now that I'm older, it's like, and I think of what I could have or
Mm-hmm.
what I've done. The one thing is I've kept my peace of mind and my sanity. This shit can kill you.
Hello.
The stress of, you know how many motherfuckers have died over the last 10 years? I mean, it's almost like a monthly thing where, you know, brothers check out early.
Yeah.
Great ones, you know.
Like big name, like you said, big name people who in leadership roles, people who've been in the industry for for like you said, 10 to 15 to 20 years. So yeah, it's really seeming like it's transforming to a bunch of new people who you know what I mean? It's like
I'm
a
like
whole new
so and so, and nothing against my brothers from Pakistan and India and everywhere else. But I be seeing some names like so and so took over Def Jam. Ashish, and I'm like, where the fuck you come from? Or people come from like pop in Europe, come over here, and that shit ain't right. But people real scared to talk about the real dark side of the industry. You know what I mean? Like, I've been talking about this shit for over 20 years.
Now hold on, Paul. Yeah. Hold on, Paul. We're gonna have to let's backtrack a little bit because I cannot wait to get to Blackout because you're already talking a little bit about Blackout because we have to discuss some of these things because some people just act like they just go over their head or it never happened. Like you have to be aware of what's really going on. You can't act like turn a blind eye to really what's going on. Because I know for a fact it's some people who really deserve to be in those spots in certain places who've been grinding, who've had success, but they just don't, you know what I mean?
They just don't know where to go.
Right.
Because nobody's telling them, or they're not checking. You know what I mean? Or they think that shit's easy. You know how many inboxes I get with, yo, check this out?
Yes, sir.
Somebody takes some time and says, hey, blah, blah, blah. I had a girl from Israel, found me on Clubhouse, had read my book, got in a room, said something, left this nice message, and where did I go? Israel. To work, like.
Wow.
So, and I'm not saying you got to offer people shit to become their friends. No, just take the time to know somebody. She read my book. It was $19.99 on Amazon. She wrote a note and got me on Clubhouse. We've been friends, trying to help, And like I said, chew the meat, spit out the bones. But if your circle is this fucking small and you're still spinning in the same, I've known I can call so many people. Like, I can't wait until I die. I can't wait. But there's a lot of people that I know I've talked to, I've touched, and been real with. Like, just can't be on somebody's side while they're up. Like,
right.
Fucking when they fired, when they broke, when their mama died, when their wife goes gay on them and they, I mean, really. I've dealt with so many issues and problems because I know that's what's important. Because I spend time crying a lot. Like, wild shit happens. It's okay to fucking cry.
Facts.
Yeah, but we got this tough shit like, nah, fuck that. Fuck
right, I'm too tough for that.
Yeah, I'm like, for what, bro?
Right. Like, well, man, Paul, wow, man, you done said a lot already, and thank you so much again. You dropping gems. They going crazy in the comments.
Into the audio shit, though, man.
Oh, is the audio, is it ready?
No, that drop that I sent you.
Oh, damn.
I was...
No. You know what? It's going on the official podcast. It's going on the official one. This is. I'm doing all my interviews first, and then I'm releasing them onto the podcast platform. So,
man,
no. I did not waste your drop.
I put this booth in my crib because I'm starting to do voiceovers.
Man,
and, I'm like, let me send in this crazy shit.
Oh no, it's going down. I'm using that for.
6x6. I'm living in here until you hear me on every movie trailer tonight on CNN.
Man, hold on, let's go back. We got backtrack, Paul, because you cooking. Has your voice always been like this? Have you had this voice since you were young? Did it happen after you turned 18? Like, give us a little background of how did this voice come about? And I mean, because it's crazy.
The crazy shit, it really ain't about the voice. It's like what you say. The voice is like a plus, but I've been blessed always to be a leader. You know what I mean? If it was the 8-year-old team, I was the quarterback.
Yeah.
Or I was the pitcher. Or in high school, I was the point guard. In college, I played point. So I've always wanted to fucking lead. And the voice, once I got to college, voices were in, like the people I grew up listening to, like DJs were, to be black on the radio, you had to speak, as they say, good English.
Hello.
It was 1090 WILD Boston. And I'm like, damn, brothers don't talk like that on the And then, FMK and the Frankie Crockers and the smooth shit came in. And it was just powerful to listen to black radio and black people talking that was so different from the white world that you lived in. So if you young and you hear a fucking Curtis Mayfield record or Superfly, I'm your pushing man.
Right.
And you seeing somebody in a Lincoln Continental, like, dressed like a pimp, you like, yeah.
Yeah, that's it right there.
When James Brown, I'll never forget, Say It Loud, I'm Black and I'm Proud came out. I was 11 years old, but he lived up Linda Boulevard, like 40 blocks, and we would ride our bikes to his house, and he had JB cut in the lawn and Queen. And when that song came out back then, you didn't want to be called black. Black was a bad thing. Like, you black. You black.
Oh, yeah, you black as hell, right?
Yeah. And we had just went from colored to Negro, and we weren't black or African American yet. But when Brown says, Say It Loud, I'm Black and I'm Proud, I've been black ever since. I've skipped African American. I'm like,
I'm just black.
I'm so black. And that's the power of song. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And that's why I've been blessed to see so many great and to know great song. Like, here's the problem. There's like certain motherfuckers in this industry who are super talented. And I'm bringing up, and I like to bring up actual shit. Like Joyner Lucas. He's super fucking talented, and he's a hit on paper, but he's never wrote a hit. Not for himself. You know what I mean? And he's highly successful. But some people know how to write a song better than, or know what a hook is. And when you get around them and pick up things, don't be hard-headed.
Right.
There's a formula to this, and it's different from everybody. But if you're trying to be somebody else, it don't work out.
Yes, sir.
You're number 14 of you, and 14 of you, they stop paying them at half.
That's right. Yeah.
Now, man, wow, Paul. Wow, man. We are cooking. We cooking, man. Now, let's go back really quick. Tell me about those BET days, because trust me, when I grew up watching BET, I just remember like being a little kid and imagine myself on the TV, like imagine myself on video. So imagine myself and you, Donnie Simpson, and everybody else. So how was it like going from like y'all really built BET up, like y'all really got BET to where it is? So just let's talk about that really quick before we get to the book.
Oh, BET, man, the funny thing was that I saw it at its infancy. When it started, it was just in a building in Arlington, Virginia. And Donnie was first, and one of our engineers, Jeff Newman, started the show off. It was an hour, 2 hours. And to see it grow from a studio to then coming on board when it moved and spending 10 years there, 11 years, it was a cool time. Like, video was it. That
Right.
was it. There was no fucking Instagram. There was nothing else. That was the closest you got beside Video Music Box and Carlos de Jesus on Hot Track.
Right.
It wasn't on MTV, you know, for years. Think about it. Michael Jackson was 1982. Like, they didn't play black folks on TV. Like, this is new. We keep thinking like we're 10 generations into this. This is all new money for a lot of folks.
That's right. That's right.
We're broke, and that's the experience of going through it. You know, it takes time, and you get some losses. And yeah, Margaret, I'll drink some water.
I didn't know if you saw that.
I smoke some weed. That's fucking okay.
Hey, you already know what I do.
Florida. It's fired up. Fuck you. I'm good. But I love Margaret.
Shout out to Margaret. Shout out to Margaret keeping the comments jumping. So, all right. So you seeing everybody going up. So do you remember the change of when you guys like really felt like Margaret silly? Did y'all like, do you remember what the change was to say, hey, we're going to a bigger scale, bigger level? You know, like, do you remember when that happened? And
yeah, I started to notice in the early 90s when the messages started changing in hip hop. Like, we had standards. Like, we would block out a beer bottle of 40, or like there were certain booty scenes, and they call them headless women, where you see tits, and we would ask for edits. And that shit, the list got smaller and smaller over the years. And Greg Diggs, I remember Greg took a stand over that Janet Jackson and Busta record. You know,
what's it gonna be?
Know, and Nas X. That's how fucked up I am. Nas had "You Can Hate Me Now" on the cross.
Oh, with the cross, yeah, I know that was
people
controversial.
Like, we're not ready for that,
right?
You know, the standards got changed, and this, you know, there was a need to go corporate. Like, there was so many things that happened that, you know, the pressure. It's like people sell out for money, or they want to merge and be happy, and sometimes. Not that I'm into segregation, but some ships are meant to be black. Okay? So stop fucking playing. You know what I mean?
Right.
The leader of this company is so-and-so. Get the fuck out of here. Like, we passed it a long time ago.
Right.
And, you know, we get figureheads and all that shit, but I want to be the guy who's signing the check. You know what I mean? Like, and we always talk about so-and-so's coming up. But the way the system's set up, they get it right back. Well, and we buy a $200,000 car, and we buy some shit, and before we know it, we broke. We
right back at where we started from.
Yeah. No, but I've been there myself, and I tell my own stories. I've fucking lost everything twice.
Like, oh, wow.
Just dealing with shit or telling the truth in situations, but I also have a full fucking head of hair, and a lot of my friends are bald. Stressed them out because they couldn't talk up, or they had to shut up, or they had to smell the dick just go by.
Damn,
it's fucking painful, you know.
Damn.
Yeah, like, you can't say fuck you. Like,
wow.
And I'm not saying you got to be gangster, but, yo, man, this shit that people will try. Come on, man. Not me.
Wow. Now, Paul, would you ever go into being a music executive? Would you ever go to run a label? Would you ever do anything like that?
You know what I tried to do a couple of years ago was go to Howard University to be the GM of their properties. I interviewed. And, like, that shit seemed like they had their own network. They were controlled. They were black folks that I could work with. And I love white folks, too, okay? All right? But I know where the work needs to be done. And that's why I want to do it, you know. And I've been to a lot of colleges, college campuses. Like, there's some great students out there, but they're not talking enough. So if you want to hit me up, I will talk to you. I will help you. I will share with you. If you gonna be on it. But if you're not, and I'm also gonna tell you to go back and do some work. Like, if there's holes, like I started off saying, I'm taking classes in voiceover.
Right.
I've been talking longer than everybody. But I know, like, to be the best, I gotta understand what's happening now.
That's right.
And get somebody who I respect to give me something other than yes. And cats got yes people all over them.
Yeah. Big facts.
You taking, but, and if you ain't fighting with your buddy over some concept or something, then it's okay. But find some more people so you get better. So time management game.
So do you feel as though right now, one of the things that's causing us is we're not having those conversations? You feel like we need to have more conversations about what's going on in the industry, or how can we fix these
real
things?
Conversations.
Right.
You know, like, I love your room on Clubhouse, but I got tired of Clubhouse because I got tired of just hearing people talking about it. And the funny thing is, I know you do it, but most of the people are still talking. Why still talk? Like, something should be pulling you away to do it. Like,
right.
The number one problem I've seen in the 44 years I've been in this business is starting and finishing. Everybody starts, nobody finishes. We shit. We're gonna do this project. We're gonna do this project. We got these dates. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do it. Or we almost do it. Or we start it. Or we make an excuse why we need more of this to get this. We don't have a plan. We're not gonna save for it, you know. And that's the hardest thing to deal with. Critic.
Nah, you got me.
Everybody's great talking about every fucking body else.
Right.
How much time we spend on self? Tell me. We don't.
We don't.
You know, we running all day. And half of the answers are inside ourselves. I didn't find that shit out until a couple of years ago.
Wow.
And I've learned how to manage time, but I've never learned how. Anyway, it's scary. And the more people I see come and go, and I've been with cats for a long time, long enough to call them cats. But I hit Derek Angelini the other day, the mad rapper, when somebody passed. And I remember when he was in college, him and Ron Lawrence, they were the first people I lost money on managing them. And then another guy, TJ Thompson, got the Diddy deal, well, Puffy at the time, my lawyer, and they did Hypnotize and some. Anyway,
the whole mad rapper school. Yeah,
and you can tell people that pick winners. Like, some people have that talent to pick winners. Like, they're all around them. Like, they got a good tech guy, they got a good graphics guy, they got people that actually do what they gotta say, or they people that go to certain places. Like, that's the best feeling too. Like, how many people, like when Wendy Williams says, boom, I did this, or Joy Reid says, I'm a mentor. I'm like, that's almost as good as getting paid. But
I mean, right. But just to know that people look at you that way, because I know a lot of times when we do stuff, we don't really think about the long-term effect. We don't really think about, you know what I mean? Like, we don't really think, I'm doing this now can lead you for some years down the road. So yeah, man.
You know, like, my intern when I got to BET was Tuma Basa. Like, Tuma And Tuma went on from BET to MTV to Rap Caviar to YouTube now to Revolt. And we still talk to this day to having a baby from when he was out of college. But that's how it works out.
Yeah.
And it always doesn't have to work out for business.
Mm-hmm.
It's this fucking pleasure in seeing, and sometimes it does work out for business.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, a lot of times. But I don't have to call nobody for no favor.
Right.
You know? But it's nice to know you got people that'll look out for you. Like,
well,
you know, that you know I'm going to go to bat. If somebody's got you held hostage, it's going to be Paul Porter and his like, bam, 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 bam.
We pulling up. Yes, sir.
Yeah, for real.
Well, man, Paul, man, we got about another 15 minutes, so we got to definitely talk about the book really quick, because everything you talk about is really sounding like your whole experience led you to the book. Like everything that you went through literally prepared you for this blackout book. So tell me, what was the motivation behind the well, first tell us a little bit about what the blackout is, and then what was the motivation behind it.
One of my boys, man, I was in his wedding years ago. We started talking about the industry, and a lot of cats in the industry don't know how the industry runs. They on one side, they on the publicity side, they on the record side, or they on the radio or TV side, and they really don't know how it intertwines, because the real dirty shit only happens at one level. So the lack of knowledge that some of my boys had was like, you know, and I read about it from the outside. When you read it in The Business of Music and All You Need to Know and Hitman, and that shit was from some fucking reporter who's, anyway, I wanted to tell real stories about real pain and real shit, how shit goes. You know what I mean? And some of the book I cut out. A lot of it. Because some of the book was about cocaine and snorting it off the titties. All sorts of crazy shit. Like,
no, why did that get cut from the book? But
it's going to be in the audio book.
All right.
We're working on the audio book.
Hello.
And some film projects. So, you know, so the crazy shit, and it was funny because I was telling Wendy Williams, there was a part in my book when I went over to Wendy Williams' house. She used to be in D.C., and I was like one of her mentors. And I was going over there with some Corbel and a 16th of cocaine. And I pull up to a crib in Northeast D.C., and when I get there, I'm walking up the steps, and I see a big 6'3" Negro sweating, and it's fucking Doug Williams, the quarterback of the Redskins. And he's fucking sweating. And I had met Doug, and I was like, yo, what's up, Doug? He said, hey, what's up? And fucking Wendy's the first apartment door on the first floor, and she sees me talking to Doug. And I'll get in there, I'm like, God damn, you can't even fucking wait a day. You know? You know, we gonna drink this, but I'm leaving. And we watched She's Gotta Have It that day. I had it on VHS. And but it's got stories like that. But it's really, the book has the attitude that you get. Like, you just got to deal with egos in this shit. There's always, like Bob Johnson, he's short. And I'm not saying all short guys do shit, but when I walked in the vice president meeting, everybody was 5'6", and I was 6'3". I was like,
what's going on right now?
So, and I just take different perspectives and how to deal with shit. But it's also about fighting for shit and checking people sometimes. And it's about helping people. Like, if you help people, anyway, you know, I'm happy with the book. I know the book can go different places, but the problem is people don't take the time to really read and explore. And the good thing is on C-SPAN too. If you go to C-SPAN, Google Paul Porter Blackout on C-SPAN too. They gave me 90 minutes. And I tell stories. Matter of fact, here's one story. So, back in the 80s, Coke was big. Like, Coke's like weed. Everybody did Coke. But my Coke man back in the day, he was big time. Had the hair salon from another country. I go to his crib, and you would ring the bell and go upstairs. And when you got off the elevator, 4 doors would open. And they all be looking down the hall, right, to see who it is. It's his cousins, his brother. Everybody in the family were down with the operation and shit. Make sure you don't get robbed. So like, hey, Bubba, hey, Pico. And I go in the apartment and the fucking door opens and it's Mayor Marion Barry, John Kennedy Jr., and Jim Vance, the anchor for NBC4. Like, fucked up like how I look, you know? And I'm like, what the fuck? And they're all dead now.
Wow.
So shit like that happens. I left that out the book. I wrote it in the book, but my editor said to get in schools. And then I thought about it was like, because the funny thing, I had a book deal like 10 years before I dropped the book. Handed in a great book. It was called The Same Songs. Payola Power in the Music Industry from Harper Collins, 6-digit advance. My shit on fire.
You still got that book? You still got that?
Yeah. They didn't want to
put that out. We got to put that out.
They were worried about getting sued. So I put some of it in this book, in Blackout. And blackout means a temporary loss of consciousness. Because I think we lose our minds when you get a $2 million check, or like I lost my mind when I got a $250,000 check.
Woo! Hold on, Paul, real quick. What was the first thing you bought when you got that check? Because I'm waiting for my $250,000 check. So what was the first thing you bought, if you can remember?
Stupid, but I got it at the right time. If I would have got that shit at 25, it would have been a ride. But all I did is buy 3 pairs of custom sneakers.
3 pairs of custom sneakers. How much were they?
Nah, they were cheap, man.
Okay. They was custom, but you
they were like $700.
Okay.
Fly shit, but that's all I did. You know. But I spent a bunch of money on. I spent. Oh, and that's after Mama died. So I'm trying. I'm a fly. I used to call them the Paul Porter Fly-ins. I Orlando every weekend, and we go to the beach and the Audi, and oh boy, you know.
Man, boy, you look like you having flashbacks over there. You look like you have some flashbacks over there.
You know how much shit I burned in this lifetime,
man.
But it's good.
It's good. You good, man? All right, man. Well, wow, we got a few more minutes. Paul, this has been a hilarious and insightful gem-dropping interview you've been doing thus far, man. The people been enjoying it. Shout out to everybody tuning in.
So I see Jackie B's on. Does this come with the bonus weekend with Jackie B in Atlanta?
That's right. Hey, she's on there. Auntie is in the building. What's going on?
In the building.
Yes, sir, man. But Paul, man, again, let's we got to bring it back a little bit to the blackout. So how did the C-SPAN interview come about? So I know, did you put the book out first, or did somebody read your book?
I put the book out. You know something, and this is overall for the whole room. Like, do it your fucking self. Like, I put this book out. I got a lot of press. You know how? By trying. Like calling up, like I got C-SPAN by putting it on Facebook. I'm trying to get a C-SPAN hookup because nobody's got one. Guy answers, sends me his boy. 2 weeks later, they pay. I got a crew, 8 people crew in DC. We had busboys and poets. My girl worked for PG County. They sponsored, and that shit came from people.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And trying, or if not paying somebody to do it. Like, don't
yes, sir.
fail. Not really easy. It's easy to fail by doing the same shit. But if you really, like Chris Porter's on here, we had a record that did 100 million. The Water Dance.
Hello.
Okay? But that shit was every day, 24/7, a different energy that we all have to experience. Because if you think you're going to experience $500,000 success the way you're acting now, you're fooling yourself. It's going to be another level that gets added on.
Yes, sir.
And until you start trying to seek that next level, you could, look, man, it's real easy. Being broke can become a bad habit. It can last your whole lifetime. I'm not what you want, you know, or having stress in the mix. Like, I'm not really into, do I have a nice house? I'm okay. You know, nobody's busting in here. A couple of bedrooms. Got orange trees to eat off of. Could I have a $22 million crib somewhere? Yeah, but I could also get shot in the head getting it.
That's facts.
Be 372 pounds on a ventilator, but I'm okay.
Yes, sir.
Sleepy eyes because I smoked a joint. And I'm
Hello.
Yeah, but I'm
still that
enough to like throw some jabs.
Still be hooping? You still hoop? You still get out there and ball up?
Hoop is funny. Chris just tore his Achilles trying to play hoop.
Oh man,
you can't play hoop every other Saturday.
Right.
I've seen 3 people lose their Achilles in a pick, and that's why I play tennis though.
Okay. Nah, man. Wow, man. Just real quick recap, man. We went from young Paul Porter to, coming into the industry, going to college, really finding the love for radio, then moving on to BET, going to having the heightened success and going through that. And then so after BET, real quick, before we go, we got about 8 more minutes. So after, I want to talk about your transition after you went from BET. What happened after that? And then what led you to where you're at now?
Damn. What happened then? I was fucking heartbroken. I lost everything I had. I was pissed off. I got jerked. I got punked by and that was the shit. When I got fired, it really fucking bothered me. That shit hurt. Yeah, I was there 11 years and Stephen Hill fired me. And he did it like a real punk move. He fired me in like July 1st and said, you're out September 15th, and then dodged me for like 2 months in the same building. Like, so I took like everything. I was taking computers and shit. But I was like, it didn't have to be like that. So I was down, and that's when I started to learn, if you're not at the table, you'll be on the menu. So,
wow.
And I really don't care what the fucking comments are. So you don't have to text me that. That's cool. No, somebody's texting me messages.
Oh, okay.
But yeah.
Yes. So you say you was pissed off. They done pissed you off.
Yeah, I was pissed off and had to rediscover myself, because when you take this shit personal, it's not your fucking business, man. It's somebody else's business. When you get your own business, it's a whole different vibe. Finally, I got my own business, and then it was a different pressure, and it's just been better for me. Like, I'm not meant to work with a lot of people.
Yeah. You don't play well with others, right? So you need
especially really smart. When they play sorry music and this got some shit. I'm like, I can't fake it with you.
Right.
You
no
know?
matter what, I can't be fake.
Yeah, like that's not good for my fucking health. You know?
Yes. Yes, sir. Well, real quick, when did you start your radio station, and what inspired you to do that? Because I want to
Yo,
definitely
matter of
thank you
fact,
for playing my record. Hello.
the Y in Orlando is gonna be 5 years old on Wednesday.
Oh, congratulations.
Our 5th anniversary. Was it the worst time to get a radio station? Yes. Is radio like a shell of what it was? Yes.
Yeah.
You know, Hot 97 Power in New York are like number 11 and number 14 and shit.
Yeah.
They were number 1 and number 3.
Yeah.
So radio's not the same. So I know everybody wants to act like it is, but it's not. So anyway,
what do you think radio? Do you think like radio will ever end? Do you think it just, or do you think it's just gonna be
place for it? Especially when it makes all the publishing money. When you can make 7 cents on radio and 0.00006 cent streaming on Spotify, I'd rather have 1,000 spins on fucking the radio than 1,000,000 spins on Spotify.
Damn.
You know, like they've really got this shit, like got us chasing for shit that don't make no sense.
Wow.
But I like to work with people with.
Yes,
you know,
sir.
I have a website too, Music Biz U, but that's no big deal.
Yeah, it is a big deal. Go ahead, Paul. We got about 5 minutes. Let's talk about music. And that's your Instagram handle as well.
15 minutes ago, man. What the hell's going on?
The time is right here, my guy. You know it's Zaza time. You know I'm about to hit that Zaza, Paul. So.
Oh, yeah, but no. Here, this inbox me, man. This is, you know, I got a lot to share.
Yes,
and
sir.
I mind sharing it. And I think everybody can do a better job of actually talking to people. Just not liking this shit. Just get in a situation to talk to somebody 15 minutes so they know who you are, who your soul is. That's just important. Like, just because you know names and you see them on posts, like, you can read through a lot of shit when you talk to people. And you gotta be a master of the bullshit in this. Because they're professional motherfuckers that'll tell you a bunch of shit.
Professional.
They will seem like they your boy and all that. And them motherfuckers will bail on you in a second, bro.
Damn. Gym alert. I hope y'all getting these gems. Y'all better watch this live because I'm about to rewatch this because the gems is just dropping right now, man. Because Mr. Paul Porter, my guy himself, man, dropping so much. Music Biz U. If you need some consulting, you need some help, hit my guy up. But you better be about that business because he going to give it to you raw and uncut. So you better be ready.
You know, my problem is I've never been about money. Like, when I believe in people, I give them the same thing I would do for $10,000, you know? And that's how, and I can sleep at night with that shit, you know?
Yeah.
With a good joint, but no. But, no, but I can. And that, all jokes aside, you know, I play this game, but I'm just like you are out there, so don't fucking judge me. Like, I'm the cat that's gonna help you. I'm gonna be the guy to pull you out of the car, or I'm gonna be the guy to shoot back, you know, when you're a little nervous. And that's okay, but we got a lot of haters out here and a lot of people who are checking other people's shit. Like, I know who pays my fucking bills, so when I hear that negative shit, fuck you. Okay? I'm good. I'm good, you know? So yeah, I don't care. It's okay. You know?
Man, I just love how real you are, Paul, man. Man, shout out to Bob Sumner. I see he in the building, man. You guys are like my OGs, man. Y'all give so much game. Y'all show me so much love. You know what I mean? And I want to just definitely publicly thank you for your time. Thank you for your realness. Thank you for your support. You know what I mean? I just want to say, man, you my guy, Paul. You know that. Hello.
Oh, yeah. No, man, but you got personality, bro, and you try to share with people. Like, that's a magnet. you keep doing that shit, you're gonna win. You always go win. Of course, we all have ups and downs, but how we go through it, and let's go through it together, or get some insight from somebody else, man.
Hello.
Can't like, there's some other shit to do, and don't be scared to switch gears. Like, it's okay. You know, do it. Did I want to do voiceovers 10 years ago? Nope. I didn't give a fuck. You know, now I do it. So I'm taking lessons. I'm working hard. Now
Yes,
I'm
sir.
in the dark room by myself.
Got the studio ready.
Yeah, and paying people to teach me, to get me back on point. You know, 'cause I'm honest with myself. Do I sound good in my headphones? And can I say, tonight on C? Yeah, I can. But do it on the next level. Like, I want to do it on the next level.
Right.
You know?
Right.
I just don't want to say tonight on BET.
Right.
And that's okay. Anyway.
Man, Paul, man, you've been dropping some gems. Do you have any final words that you want to partake to the people, to the up and coming artists, to the up and coming on-air radio personalities, to the up and coming authors? What is your last thing you want to leave with us before we close out the night?
I repeat, if you're not at the table, you'll be on the menu. And that is really to say, is learn the business and see how you can be your own boss and run it. And it doesn't mean that you're not going to spend 10 years somewhere else learning. But if your plan is to work for somebody else forever, that shit is hard. Like, I was beat down. Shit, I worked for Kathy Hughes, Bob Johnson, NBC, AOL, the Suttons, Frankie Crocker. Like, yo, to take some, get some shit back out, you gotta be ready, man. And now that I'm by myself, like for 15 years, calling my own shots, of bad days at the beach, you know? And thank you, man. Thank you.
Wow, man. It was an amazing interview. This is where the Roth Talk Podcast.
A couple of days ago, too.
Yeah.
Fucking last option, motherfucker.
Nah, Paul. You've been on the menu, my guy. You've been on the menu. You know, you got me on. So y'all took the takeaways. Listen, Paul, again, man, thank you. This is the Roth Talk Podcast where we talk that talk. And if y'all been here, because the people been in here, Paul, you've been talking that talk, my guy. Like, you've been talking that talk. Because, listen, you telling motherfuckers, fuck you. You telling motherfuckers, hey, if you're not at the table, you on the menu. I mean, there's so many quotables that I'm going to take from tonight, man. But again, are you going to come back to Clubhouse Streets? Because I ain't seen you in the Clubhouse Streets in a while.
I've been in there a little bit.
Okay.
White room stuff. I'm coming back to the black room soon.
Listen, invite me to some of those. I'm trying to cross over too now.
I'll be there, man.
All right, man. Again, Paul, blessings. Thank you, my guy.
All right.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, we have Mr. Paul Porter. Throw some fire signs down there. Shout out to everybody. Auntie, man, Margaret's been going crazy in the comments. Thank you to everybody. Man, listen, this is the Roth Talk Podcast. Oh, yeah, it smells. Auntie said the best is smelled. Man, listen, Paul been cooking tonight, man. So I'm telling y'all, if y'all get a chance, watch this video again. This is going to be on all the platforms. I'm getting all the audio together. But this is the Roth Talk Podcast where we talk that talk. Salute to you, Paul. What you got right there, Paul? What you showing me? There we go. Music Biz You. Y'all make sure y'all tap in. And then, hey, I got to tell y'all, we out this thing. God bless y'all. Peace.